live stream, the last planned live stream of the year, me and Eric literally, we haven't talked about what our game plan is. We've only talked about one game plan really, which is, yo, we need 1,000 subscribers. We've changed that number. You see right above the comment section. It went from being 300 to 1,000 because that's just where we need to be. That's where we need to get to. And in order for us to get there, we have to be a lot more realistic with ourselves. Me and Eric were in our way for the first 6 months of this pandemic. Like, we were lollygagging all up and down the street. Like, we'll film here, we'll film there. But the truth is, me and Eric are really afraid of our own success on here because we can't really dictate how far we go. We could be one video away. From waking up and having 50,000 subscribers one day. And that's kind of scary to us because that sets a precedent. That Eric being in school full time, he's carrying 12 hours. He's the manager of his whole entire division. I'm setting up shop. I'm getting ready to make moves in this situation. And if PA school or this perfusion school comes back, then I have to go do that. But today, I told Eric this. I had a nightmare last night. And I haven't had a nightmare in a long time. Last time I had a nightmare, I remember exactly. It was the day before I went to Toronto. And I usually have these nightmares whenever a brisk of change is coming. A wind of change is coming. And it's something that I'm not prepared for mentally. But I have to do it. And after reading The Alchemist today, we finished The Alchemist in the book club today, it's just further proof that you whatever you're about to take on, you already can handle it. If you can't handle it, it's going to kill you and then you're dead anyway, so who cares? So just go get that shit. And I went through that list and unsubscribed from 700 people, man. And they were like, why'd you unsubscribe? I said, bro, you've been following my content for 4 years. And you've only like 12 posts. Why are you here? What do you want from us? Like, are you checking on us? Are you checking up on us? Which one is it? Are you just checking on us? Or are you checking up on us? Are you really here to make sure that we're doing okay? Or you just want to make sure we're not doing better than you? Yes. Both are welcome.
Yes.
But you got to ask yourself what you're doing here. How are you helping this progressive message? If you've heard anything we've ever said and you haven't shared that shit, that's on you. You talk about how you want to see change being exacted in your community. Leave that to us. We'll take care of it for you. But you could do the bare minimum because everything we ask you to do is free. What up, Chris? The thing is, YouTube has been so good to us. YouTube has been so fucking good to us. And
yes,
I get, like, me and Eric are the only people we know in this space. I try so hard to bring people into this space because I don't have people to create with. And like, I get emotional about this because it's like, no one's here. It's just me and him. And sometimes it feels like we're just screaming it out into the void. And then we see situations where people get 100,000 views for saying shit that we said last week. And is it fair? They earned their keep. So be it. But the truth be told, you can't be just us anymore. We need your help. We need your help more than ever now. When we ask you to share this isn't a talking point. This is us begging you to keep the fight alive. We love to see our locals in here. We love to see this communication. We love to see people in the comment sections going in at each other. It's great. Ben Dixon, I sat in his chat room where he had 15 people and he would shout everyone out to now watching him have 50,000 subscribers. You can't rush success. You have to take it on the chin. And like I said, me and Eric had to get the fuck out of our own ways, man.
Yes.
We had to get out of our ways. Like the last 2 months, we've been publishing something on this channel every single day. If you don't have your notifications on, it begs the question: how much time is it? The average person nowadays spends 6 hours on their phone. All we're asking you to do is like, share, and subscribe when you see the notification. Even if you can't watch it, turn it on and put it on the background. Walk away.
Somebody in the comment section, I don't know this A to Z and me. We love feedback. It says suggestion. Way too much crap on the screen. YouTube ain't Twitch. LOL.
Yeah, but this is streaming on Twitch, so LOL.
That and Hero's a gamer and a cartoonist,
Yeah.
and this is just our style. I get it. Most other people's stuff isn't this busy, but I mean it's something to take into consideration. We're going on hiatus, and we may consider. Yeah, we're actually in the process of a graphic change. So we
Yeah.
appreciate that. We appreciate that comment. We thank you for your honesty down in the comment section. We
Appreciate
appreciate
you.
it for real.
I,
Yeah.
and I think I remember this dude. I remember when I first subscribed to that dude's channel. He has a decent following. Appreciate you coming through, man. But a lot of it is just growing with it. Because, I mean, we came from iPhone 5s. We used to film this whole entire thing on iPhone 5s. Like, going live for us was never a thing for us. Like, that was so far removed for us. But, like, to be able to say that we made it to this space and that we're doing it this way, we're doing it our own way, for sure. And I'm always in firm belief that we're just one video away. But
Mm-hmm.
like, for me, I just wish I continue to hope that, like, in because we'll probably come back mid-January. Like, there'll be stuff
Mm-hmm.
rolling in that you guys are like focused in on, and we're trying to do things from the left and right, but we'll be trying to re-upload and do things, get things a little bit better, figure out the algorithm, and put some more effort into our equipment, our setup. But ultimately, our goal is to create more content for you. So that's why me and Eric have decided to take on a sports talk, because we want to get our male viewerships up. We know that 68% of our views come from people who are subscribed to our channel. We also know that 79% of our viewers are women. So we talk about the relationships. We talk about the up and coming events. We talk about Harry Styles. We're gonna talk about dress and fashion. Hey, that's what we
Mm-hmm.
gotta do. Uh, but the fact still remains that that doesn't mean we should neglect our other audience, where 33% of males who come here come for sports
Yep.
commentary. So we
Yep.
we will make that a thing. Like, I have been protesting the NFL since the last 5 years. Eric has been protesting the NBA for 2 years. We got to swallow that pill to make sure that we can do the things we need to do. Our egos can no longer be getting in our way, which is ultimately the thing is we need to get ourselves out of the way. We need to there's no way in hell I have an inside from my football career all the way to my brother's profession, to the fact that I have access to all 32 NFL teams at the tips of my finger, and I have no way of talking about these stories in real time. The stories you guys hear about on ESPN, I learned about every morning during a text between an African dad and his son.
Yeah. All right, man. Hey, listen, man. Let me read some of these comments, man. We got some good comments. Um, Shout out to A to Z and me. Appreciate you guys just trying to focus on the conversation. We really appreciate that. Everybody seems excited about us expanding our arsenal of topics.
Mm.
Nafi's excited. Keisha's excited. Christopher, shout out to Christopher. He says, I feel like some massaging of the audio quality would really help. I don't know what you use, but Voice Meter Banana is free and great. Shout out. We'll look that up. I mean, the thing is, me and Heero are really working out the kinks, because it seems like every time we get on here, we connect.
There's
There's
something.
always an issue. OBS is a deal, but it's free, and it's the learning curves very stiff and sharp.
Uh,
So it takes
yeah.
a while to get comfortable with it, and you've got to find the right plugins and do the things. It's a little bit more difficult. If we had something that the GUI was with the user interface was a bit more friendly, and we could just plug and play sync everything in real time, it would be a lot easier. I mean, for example, I'm watching the stream and chatting with you guys in YouTube, but the stream on YouTube's 20 seconds behind where Hero and I are watching on our Zoom. So Hero and I are in a Zoom room and imported into OBS. Just giving y'all some background right now since we're talking about our goals. Like the people that are here now, the people who've been with us. I mean, for this year. So we can let y'all peek behind the curtain and understand. Like I don't know if Hero wants to go into any more of the analytics, but I mean, we've had some, and maybe we can just go back to the top of the today's show about the thank you. You guys
Yeah.
don't know we've broken so many records. Hero, can we
Yeah.
talk about some of
Yeah,
the
for sure.
records?
So
But before you do that, your sister also says, um, that she should have us. She wants to come on and talk about reality TV. That actually would not be bad.
now, I'll let Nafi come on, because every
We'll
opportunity you
love
get to
that.
get on here, you scurry away before it's time.
Oh
But
shucks, the gauntlet has been thrown down,
but
Nafi.
I
We're gonna
think
have to
I
put
think
up
next year, especially next
shut
year, we're
up
gonna
on
have a
that.
lot more integration of our fans and our guests coming in, uh,
Mhm.
and having people like interact with us. I think one thing that we're also going to have to before I get into the test, is just trying to figure out a way of making this a more enjoyable viewing for you guys, an
Yeah,
easier
yeah.
viewing for you guys. Uh, I'm a person who enjoys the aesthetic of conversation, the aesthetic of having a good time. Like if there's no feasible opportunity for you to enjoy this even later, like if there's a chance for you to enjoy this later, that's great too. Like the live experience should be something that you're coming for, but like ultimately you should still be like, dang, I missed the live, but I still want to see what the chat was looking like. I still want to see
Yeah.
what they were talking about. Um, and like I said, the one thing is like the voicemail. The voicemail is in the description right now. You could leave a voicemail right now, and that could be brought into the for the next year viewing. But it's like, how do I get people to use those settings? Is it easy enough? Like I haven't gone to check out how the voicemail setting works. So like, do they have to do an extra step? Is there an easier way of doing it? But these are all
Mhm.
things that we got to figure out and do, like some real time research and revamping and updating the slides, the edits, the slides, and I mean just the themes and everything, and even updating OBS so it's a little bit more aesthetically pleasing to look at. Because I enjoy the extra clutter of the excitement, bells and whistles. That's something I thoroughly enjoy. But a little bit to the numbers. So be and this will all be prior to the election. This will be so we'll be starting September. So back in September we had 145 subscribers. This was with us putting out a video once a week. This was with no live. This was just us putting out a video once a week. And this was really just me. It wasn't until the end of September that me and Eric kind of had a sit down conversation about what we wanted to do with the channel and where we wanted to go. Because clearly we were seeing the mediocre growth, but it wasn't enough for us. So we sat down and said, we're going to start going Zoom to do the podcast where we record it, pre-record it. And what we quickly started to find out was that we were running out of time. Every week we would set a goal to talk about XYZ story, but by the time we sat down, recorded it all, chopped it up, put it out there, the story is a week behind, a dollar short, and we were suffering for it. Ultimately, Eric and me said, look, this pandemic can't be the reason why we can't do this. Like everyone else is figuring it out. We need to just buckle down. So, and admittedly, I was in school. Eric was busy setting up. He was literally setting up a surgical suite, doing construction, setting up the
Surgery
construction for a
center.
surgical suite. Like we were, like this is, but also we don't take excuses. Like you can pat yourself on the back when you're dead.
Hmm.
Accomplish your mission. So we set out with the goal, and the goal was simple: put out a video every day of the week, Monday through Friday. And I mean, we were literally running ourselves dry until we said, what about this live situation? So we made a decision that we would go live for the first time during the election, and that's when things. I mean, not during the election. I think what was our first live was like we ran a bunch of tests and they were trash. They were horrible. You can go check them out. They were god awful. But what we ended up doing was we perfected it. We got better with it. We went from having 13 plugins and two headphone sets to setting up a proper microphone and having the ability to transition our cameras. Ultimately, what we came down to is our biggest stream. And on that day, we had just broke 200 subscribers. So we had 211 on the day of election. On the day of election, we had 211 subscribers, and we ran a 52-hour long stream. And that stream brought in 800 views for us. And that was a record for us in live streams. Our best video was a money video that I did that got bought up by someone else on a sponsorship deal. So that had 10,000 views. But this was the best video that me and you put out with no help from the outside world. And that's what got us a lot of attention. Our numbers grew exponentially from that point to the point where we are now at 246 identifiers. And progressively, each live stream has brought us 3 new subscribers within that week. So the live stream is clearly something that we need to do more of. We need to get better at it. This is going to be our bread and butter. But it also gave us the ability to talk about several stories throughout the week, any point in the week, right away when it's happening. And Ben Dixon, the way he got better was basically he was live and dropped a story as it was happening in real time. And as people went online to search for it, he blew up because of it. So we're trying to catch that wave. We can only, and once again, we've never done this before. So we can only do what we know and what we think is working based on what we see. The fact that Eric complimented one of my video titles and cover is bounds and leaps from when it was just a picture of whatever it was in Comic Sans typing, it was saying exactly what was going to happen in the video. It's leaps and bounds better. But I guess the thing I always, once again, getting back to the point of this episode, is just to say thank you for bearing with us. Thank you for putting up with us. Thank you for letting us
with the audio, the video
thank you
stuff.
for letting us mess up over and over again to even get to this point where it's presentable. We can still get better. We can still do things better. But we're also going to implore you to speak on us, speak about us, share us. Don't be shy. Don't think we've got it figured out that we're gonna get big because we're doing better. We're gonna get big because of you. Yep. We're gonna get big because of the 13 people watching right now with us. That's what's gonna make things happen for us. Yep. And it goes without saying. Like there's no need for me to like be bashful or pretend about this. This is my baby. This is my thing. Eric knows I take this shit like super serious. And I don't expect Eric to take it as serious as I do, but he's on board with me.
No, I definitely take it as serious. Listen, I've spent thousands of dollars in setting up this studio.
Exactly. Like I knew it was serious for Eric once he decided to put his money where his mouth is, when he decided to start taking on some of the editing work, when he started to deciding to take on some stories on his own without me. It's called growth. And it's an articulation that a lot of people don't want to fathom because it's scary. It's scary to grow the fuck up. It's scary to have to get better. It's scary to have to challenge yourself outside your comfort zone. I don't envy people who cower in the moment. Because the last thing I want to do is tell Eric, like, look, bro, we're doing numbers here and I need you for this. And he's got to tell me, well, I got surgery in the morning. That's a duality I'm not interested in facing. A story drops and I got to look at Eric and be like, we can't go live. I'm in surgery. But but then the question then becomes, when do we stop using our funds to fund our dreams and just start living our dreams? Start taking care of the things we want to take care of. Yeah. Where's the breaking point?
I think the breaking point is right now. I think this is why we're having a completely transparent moment with y'all and letting y'all know we're talking about our insecurities, our fears, our concerns, me and Heero are very self-aware. If you guys haven't picked up on that, and we don't have a problem being honest with y'all about who we are, and hopefully y'all have seen the growth in he and I, just from an ideological standpoint, from an effort standpoint. We've hoped that y'all seen that, because the people that are here with us now are the people's opinions that we care about. we don't we don't the people who will be here when we have 10,000 subs, is not that we're not going to love them. We're just not going to love them as much as we love y'all, and that's okay for us to say. We're very keen on that. But the thing is, growing up is uncomfortable. And what the reason why you guys are here and the things that we talk about, we know that we have a bigger agenda. We know that there's people, a lot of people who look like Hero and I, they need some serious help, and that's going to require hold up, Paul. Shout out to Keisha. She says, heck yeah, because I wanted to beat up Eric in the beginning, LOL. Now look at me getting on board. Is you know what it was, and I told Hero this earlier, and I know I'm digressing from the point, but it's fine for this comment, because what you said, Keisha, is exactly what I told Hero on the phone this morning. I said, the people, when they first saw me on the podcast, especially a lot of people that know Hero first and don't actually know me, I said they wanted to beat me up because they hadn't spent enough time. They hadn't seen me enough and actually hear why I believe and say and think the way I do. And it's really not that far from Hero. We disagree on a few things, but it, we want the same end result. That's why we can yell at each other and then say "I love you" at the end of the show, because we mean it. Because we know, whether anybody else knows, what our end game is. And so y'all being on board us, understanding what our end game is. Our end game is to educate people and give them opportunities that they otherwise wouldn't get anywhere. I mean, I was talking to Hero earlier about where I'm at now, and I was telling him when the place Hero and I met, I run that department now, and Hero hasn't been there for over 2 years, almost three. Man, it'll be 3 years next month. Lord Jesus, yeah, he hadn't been there for 3 years, and there's still Hero residue there that nobody knows, and it doesn't matter as long as he and I know. The reason why I'm in this position, because Hero and I sat down and mapped it out and made a plan in 2017 in December. I remember exactly where I was. I was in El Paso in my hotel room at 2 a.m, and Hero and I were freaking mapping out a plan for how uh, we were gonna make changes at this organization. And the residue of that conversation at 2 a.m, there's still ripple effect. There's still a shock wave that is happening because of that. And this is and I've been able to help so many people. Um, I've been able to help so many people and put them in a position to be successful where they otherwise wouldn't have been successful, where they were struggling to get noticed and somebody to give them an opportunity and no one would. And now I have the authority to give these people the opportunity that they actually have earned and deserve. And I'm so happy to be able to do that. But again, Hero gets to share in that win. And this is what this is about for us. It's not about us getting up here and pontificating and look at us and we're so great. And it's not about that at all. It's about us being able to stop exchanging time for money and be able to do and say the things that we actually know people want. I need to go to my old high school. I need to be able to explain, the way the world works. Hero's got people that are looking at him, hoping that they can be like he was or is or will, whatever the thing is. And we have to be in a position to do that. And honestly, we're just so appreciative that you guys are here. You guys been here watching us. You don't understand. This is the biggest form of accountability for Heero and I, because we know we have our obligation when we show up here to give y'all what y'all want.
The story, come with the coherent idea, not to be boring, not to be stuttering like dumb idiots, man.
Hey,
Like,
you know what? Listen, our president has a stutter, Hero. Let's not make fun of people who stutter.
you're right. You're right. The speech impediment. It's
See, even that's growth. I said our president. I mean,
woke Joe.
hashtag woke Joe.
Woke Joe. I don't know. Like, we could sit here and literally. I could. You guys could bring me to tears if need be, but it goes without saying. Like, we're gonna go on hiatus. Eric, like, we haven't sat down and talked about like how long this hiatus is gonna be. The whole time we'll be creating content or working on the field, and we might show up live, and you guys will get the notifications. But it's ultimately, you guys are our form of accountability, and we always want you to know that we acknowledge you as real forms of accountability. Like, I always tell Shawnee, thank you for letting me steal her husband for countless hours. I literally don't understand. Like, I didn't understand it until she broke it down and explained it to me. She was like, I wouldn't let Eric spend time with you if I didn't see quality in you. Like, when he came back and told me about how exciting it was to speak to a brother who had the mindset he did, I knew that there was no tearing you two apart. I've always been grateful to Shawnee for that opportunity. But I also have to be grateful to you guys, because you guys are the ones that if there's 3 people who watched an episode on my channel, I know it's me, Eric, and one of you guys, and that's meaning enough. You feel me?
Yep.
So I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. 2020 has been brutal, and I don't want you to think for 1 second that whatever you're experiencing, whatever you're going to experience before the 31st, is somehow acceptable or like something that you could have controlled. 2020 has been totally out of control, from having 3,000 people die daily to 300,000 people disappearing off the face of the earth. We need to be self-aware that self-care of each other, more importantly of yourself, because if you out here talking about you care about yourself, you have to in turn care about your neighbors. And in the booth, that's something that we've strived for. It's not a slogan to us. It's a way of life. We try to identify with you as you identify with us, because we don't expect everyone to agree with us. We don't expect everybody to fall in line and try and make the world a better place. There are bad people in the world, and our objective is to try and make sure that the good always outnumber the bad. And how we do that is completely up to you and whoever you plan on doing your good stuff with. But first, before all that, before you go out there and get your pitchforks and get ready to go into the battlefield, check yourself. Make sure you came here prepared to grow, to learn, to have someone challenge your belief, and be able to articulate yourself beyond aggressive Twitter fingers. I want everybody to make it to 2021. I want everybody to make it to 2077, even though the game is doing horrible right now on Steam. But you guys take care of yourselves. You guys be good to one another. 2021 is going to be a year you're going to have to take. You're going to have to take it.
Yes.
Don't think for 1 second that it'll be merciful to you. It will not. There are people out there who are prepared to make sure 2021 is not good for you. And it's your job to gather up all your resources, consume all the strength you need to fight that fight. And when things get tough, trust and believe the booth will be here for you, man. We got your back. We'll do the best we can. So as long as y'all helping us, we're going to do our best to help you. And that's my sign off for 2020.
Yep.
Eric, for the last damn time this year, where can they find us?
Right here on YouTube. Hit that sub button if you haven't already subbed.
There's
Go ahead.
14 people watching. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Go to YouTube.
Yeah. we need you to go ahead and hit the sub button. And we got 10 people here in the stream now. You know, go ahead, hit the sub button, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notifications. You must set them to all. We drop videos. I mean, we dropping all kinds of videos. We're making good content for y'all. So do that. Facebook, if you like Facebook, go over there. Instagram at _identity_booth on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. We're on Apple, everything, Anchor, Last FM, SoundCloud. I mean, just like Keith just said, we everywhere like Visa.
Except for Pornhub now, because you know.
Oh.
Well, Pornhub, we don't got them no more.
Hey, listen. You know, you go put some political commentary over there on the hub. They need some enrichment over there.
They do.
they need some enrichment.
They do. The point. And I'm posting the comic book later on tomorrow morning. You guys can check out the new episode there.